What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Kenshi Let's Play video. In this episode, hopefully I will get these guys some training done. Probably do that mostly off camera. I'll probably record it still and maybe try to do a quick sped up montage of recording, but if that doesn't happen, I'll get a black screen with white text saying training happens. Very boring. After that, hopefully we will go to the Black Desert City and we will get some upgraded weapons for a couple guys. Art specifically really needs a weapon. I'm sure Maul could use a better topper. Basically just kind of level us all up equipment wise, and then maybe while we're down there we'll start making our moves to another location, because a lot of the bounties that I have right now are more centrally located, I guess, and we are obviously very far to the right, being in Heft, the right side of the map. So in order to have us pursue any more bounties, I think I need to move a little bit more towards the center. Long term, the idea for this playthrough would probably be to set up a base. I'm about to go through and flesh out these characters a little bit more, and once you maybe hear my plans or my proposed backstories for these characters, you might understand how we're going to evolve this series from just a bounty hunting series with, you know, the 6 main guys and a dog, and expand that out to, you know, actually be able to feasibly have a whole settlement going on. A couple episodes ago, man, probably a bazillion episodes ago at this point, probably around 3 or 4, I had a comment on Reddit that was kind of saying, hey, if you were to give these guys more backstories, obviously they would become more fleshed out, but it would maybe be easier for the viewer to care for these characters. And that's kind of what I wanted to do from the beginning. When I first really got into Kenshi, one of the people that were creating movies, or videos, sorry, movies, this is Funk Spielberg here. When I was first watching YouTube videos on Kenshi, one of the creators was Simo, and he made, I believe, a bandit series and possibly a bounty hunter series. I got the inspiration for the bounty hunter series from, I think his name is Sabout. It's Sabout, and he did a bounty hunter series, I believe, and I kind of like that one, and I like the whole idea of it, and I was like, that's really a gameplay style I haven't really pursued in the past, which was the bounty hunter aspect. That was more training, get strong, build a settlement, become completely self-sufficient. I love doing that in games. But here we go. We are going to dive into the background on a couple of these characters. Gurg, as a young boy, his family were killed by the cannibals up north. He was completely orphaned and didn't have anywhere to go, and he was actually taken in by the Red Sabres. He ran around with the Red Sabres for a while, working as, you know, mercenaries, bodyguards, all that kind of stuff, and eventually leadership in the Red Sabres changed, and Gurg didn't resonate with the ideology of the new leader, who is the current Red Sabre boss, and decided to leave the group. After he left the group, the next person he met was Maul. Maul was the first person that Gurg encountered, obviously from this team, and their interaction was kind of interesting. Maul came from a very poor background, very downtrodden, I guess, and was stealing and lockpicking and breaking into places on his way to try to survive in this world. He decided to try to steal from Gurg, and Gurg caught him, and instead of punishing him, he recognized with this younger guy, because I would say that Gurg is a little bit older than Maul here. He noticed with Maul that he was also down on his luck in a very similar situation he was in, and recognizing that the Red Sabres were kind of the reason why he didn't go to a straight life of crime, he gave Maul the opportunity to work with him as a bounty hunter, and they've been together ever since. Next up, Delta. Delta was the next person that was added to the group. He was found in an ancient laboratory while Gurg and Maul were exploring, looking for relics and stuff to sell, basically being junkers, similar to, I guess, Rey from The Force Awakens, but not with hopefully all those story issues. But they found a disabled skeleton. It was a type that they hadn't seen before, and decided that they wanted to make this part of their crew. So with a little bit of dumb luck and kind of just smashing his electrical components with heavy things, eventually he was able to turn back on. Unfortunately, he does not have memory of his life prior to. He doesn't know where he came from. He didn't know who he worked with, worked for, what groups he was part of. So basically he came back to life, and all he knows is being a bounty hunter and working with the boys. The next person added to Gurg's band of misfits was Brocc here. Obviously Brocc is not from where everybody else is from. He's a little different. He has a tail. Not much is known about where he came from. In lore, I would like to say he is a Saiyan, so he's probably just crash landed here or something. But he was found again at a relatively young age, probably a little bit after that they Maul and Gurg encountered Delta, but he was more teenage age, you know, a little older teenager. Yeah, just didn't have a place in the world and just wanted to fight, just wanted to look for competition, and you know, having a tail, being a little different, a lot of cultures didn't accept him and Kenshi, so he decided to hang out with these guys and become a bounty hunter, basically get paid to go fight some tough dudes and you know, capture them and turn them in. Next up, Art was a member of a Dark Hive caravan. They were transporting goods all across the border zone area, you know, into the Great Desert, and at one point or another, their band was attacked by a group of dust bandits, and everybody was killed, basically left for dead. Art being the only survivor, and by survivor I use that very loosely because he was pretty beaten to a pulp, and if it weren't for the current team of Gurg, Maul, Delta, and Brocc showing up, he certainly would have died. So they found him, they rehabilitated him, they put him back together, and he hasn't had the courage to go back to find his people. And he actually doesn't believe that many of his people are left, because at the time the Dark Hives weren't really a central hive like the Western Hive or the Southern Hive are, and they were more scattered and all over the place. So he believes that most of them are probably not around anymore, and the ones that are, he's a little too embarrassed and thinks he has disappointed them to go and approach them and look for them and try to reconcile that group. So he decided to stick with us. Finally, we go to Don. Don is the last addition to the team. Yeah, he also has a cigarette now. Don is the last addition to the team here. He simply is a Drac in Shek society. His father was a Drac, very normal Shek looking, I guess, so it wasn't very obvious for everybody until he was born, and the Shek society didn't necessarily include him as much, and he was kind of cast out in a way. Not really, but you know, he felt the weirdness, he felt the awkwardness, so he went on his way when he became of age, just kind of going around bar to bar, looking for trouble, looking for bounties, trying to do it on his own. He wasn't able to do it on his own. As you all know, he has an issue with getting really hurt during fights, so eventually he teamed up with Gurg and his boys, and he has been running with them ever since. And that is the background for all of my characters that I'm going to go with for now, and I hope everybody enjoys it. I'm actually very excited about those proposed backgrounds. For Gurg especially, I've been working with the FCS, the Forgotten Construction set, and I've been building dialogue packs with you know, background elements to it. So hopefully that is something super cool we can get into in the future. Also, as you can probably see, because everything looks a little bit different, I am now running the Tsuki V2. Letter scratch. Tsuki V2 shader. I recently got it. I kind of love it. It's really cool. The only issue I have is like there are weird like smudge textures and stuff on the screen. I have no idea what that is. I've tried everything. I've turned off something like AL overlay, some people called it, and then there was something called AL dirt. AL dirt I thought added like a little dirt speck here to the camera, which I have no idea why they would want that, but I've already removed that from here, obviously. Basically tried a ton and haven't been able to figure out how to fix this. But yeah, we will probably start training relatively soon. Okay, so what we are doing here is using the Sparring Partners mod, and oh god, training weapons to train our guys. Some obviously doing better than others, but we have to dismiss a guy, and then for 5 hours they will fight with our buddies and build up some training for it. I'm also using the training weapons mod, which does no damage, so they don't get hurt doing it. Okay, so as you saw, we had just finished up doing a ton of training. I mean, a lot of these guys are doing really well now. Gurg's melee attack is almost at 50. Maul, I mean, Maul is insanely killing it with a 53 in dexterity. Brocc 59 on martial arts, which is really good. 51 on strength. So I think we're actually ready to maybe go and like start looking into doing things, which is super cool. Well, first thing he's gonna have to do is he's going to have to get rid of all this stuff he has. Does he already know wheat straw? I don't know. Like, none of the ones that I want to research are even there, so. Training. I feel like is there a crossbow training? I thought there was. Maybe not. That would kind of suck, but yeah, it looks like it's all done there. Let's see, art. A really good limb, right? Specialist? Is specialist the best? I don't think it is. Let's check. Maybe they have a masterwork. No. Okay. It's fine. Let's also sell this, because we weren't supposed to even have this anymore. Amazing. Okay. I think that does it for our little training session there. How are we gonna get all this junk in here? Amazing. We did it. Okay. So yeah, I think we are now going to head off to Black Desert City, which, if I recall correctly, is just inside of center there, the Deadlands, somewhere around there, right? Whatever. Let's go, boys. Stay together. Alright, so probably going to cut back to when we actually get there. Hopefully nothing else happens. Okay, so obviously we have not made it to, I kept saying Black Desert City. That was a mistake. I actually meant Scrap House is where I was looking to go. But we found some interesting stuff. We stopped at Trader's Edge on the way, so let's take a look. Again, most importantly, we really need to get something here for art, because his weapon kinda sucks. He deserves better. Okay. I mean, it seems like weight's not really going to be a problem for him. Indoor penalty. Let's try to keep that as low as possible. Oof. Plus 10 on that thing. Naganara.
A few moments later.
I'm looking at the Udachi a lot for Maul, but it might be too heavy for him. So I gotta keep that in mind. I'm gonna probably edit most of this out, don't worry, boys. Man, the Udachi is so cool. Okay, so I'm comfortable with this G. The cutting damage is pretty good at 0.82. Blunt's 0.54. Blood loss is actually less than normal, but I think that's okay. And damage versus humans is a little low. Oh, now I don't know. Now I'm second guessing myself. Hold on. Oh, did it really reorganize all my shit? Okay, so we are done purchasing here. I don't even think we're going to make it to the scrapyard now, or the scrap house. There really is no reason to. So let's run through and show what we have. For Gurg, well, let's start with the important ones. We have sold the topper. This might be a mistake, but who knows. We sold the topper to a gentleman there for a weapon called the Tachi. The cutting damage is 1.1, blood loss is 1.8, which is massive. Attack bonus -6. That kind of sucks. But Maul's attack is so very high, so it doesn't really seem to bother him too much. I think he's getting a +8 somewhere. I really don't know. Yeah, I'm really unsure, but it's saying he ends up with a +2, so who knows. Yeah, so he's getting a +2 somewhere. That's awesome. So we have upgraded to, or downgraded, who knows, we'll find out, to this thing called the Tachi. Very excited to see how that works. For art, we have traded his thing for this thing called a Suyari, which is a 0.92 cutting damage, 0.2 blood loss, or I'm sorry, 0.2 blunt damage, 1 times blood loss, +8 to attack bonus, -2 to defense bonus, and then the big one is a -10 to indoors penalty. So that's massive. Yeah, it's it's not going to be something we want to bring inside. So for that, we purchased him a Tsurugi. Yeah, who knows? Tsurugi, I think, is what it is. 0.85 cutting damage, no blunt. 1.15 times blood loss, -15 to armor pen, +2 to attack bonus, -39% to robots, and +10% to humans. So I also got the same thing for Gurg here, which I think it's the exact same, right? Yeah, okay, it's the exact same. I don't know, a lot of weirdness going on, but this is contrary to the Katana. The Tsurugi, I think that's how it's pronounced, is a double-edged sword. As a result, the Tsurugi comes to a finer point and is better suited to stabbing, and therefore more effective against armored opponents. That's interesting. It specifically notes that it's more effective against armor opponents while also having a -15 to armor pen. So that's interesting, I guess. But yeah, so that is that. Nobody else really got an upgrade. Couldn't afford it. As you can see here, we had 72,000 or something when we got here, and now we're looking at less than 2K now. So that's not fantastic. But what we can do is maybe look for a bounty. Give me a sec. I have a list of bounties written down here, and I can go through it. I do plan on going after the Raider boss, Red Sabre's boss, I'm sorry. That was a recommendation from a comment from Omega Brocc. He also makes Kenshi YouTube videos. You know, check him out. He does some great stuff there, makes some modding tutorial stuff as well. So if you like me, you're probably going to like him. Give him a look. Somebody told me his name was Tutor Tataru. I think that's how you pronounce it. I hope it's how you pronounce it. He told me on episode 1 that there is a Dark Hive bounty for 75k on the Edge of Obedience. Unfortunately, that is the other Dark Hive mod. This is the Dark Hive from, I think it's ACC. I don't know, something like that. I'll put Editing Funk, put up a picture of what it is here. So that is there. He also has mentioned on episode 4 that there is a 15k Hiver in Skinner's Rome that has a really good bow, which is that possibly something that we could look into? How close are we to Skinner's Rome? I think that's up top, right? Or am I crazy? Looks like I'm crazy. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Skinner's Rome is right in the center. Okay, that could be something we look for. That's kind of a huge area to look for. Ooh, also, he mentioned, same guy, Tutor. Thank you so much, Tutor. You're giving me so many interesting comments. And obviously, guys, I love everybody that, you know, reads my stuff and actually gives me a chance. That's so cool. Watches my stuff. I read all the comments. I try to reply to all the comments. But, yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for checking me out. Let's see. I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to look through my notes here and try to figure out if there are any bounties we are reasonably close to getting right now. Alright, guys. So it seems I don't have any bounties I want to go for right now. I'm more into the exploring, and I would love to find some ancient researches. I don't think I will necessarily find one here, but there's a chance, so let's do it. So we're going with Tutor Taturo's suggestion of going after the ancient armory in the Deadlands. I believe he's talking about like the Lost Armory, so I am going to go check that out now. I'm very excited. So doing a little Google foo told me that it should be around there, so we're going to set off on our journey, and when we get there I will cut back in. I know that the Deadlands have acid rain, I believe, but I think we can get through. I think Deadlands have acid rain. I really don't remember, but I think we can get through. Hey everyone, thanks for watching my video, and if you did enjoy it, feel free to like and comment because that will help me with my channel growth. And if you're interested to see where this channel goes in the future, make sure you subscribe. Later.